Drop in the chat today something you're super proud of for yourself, something maybe you accomplished in your personal life or your business this week so far. It's Wednesday, so there's got to be something that you've done that you're proud of. If it's not, like, we need to talk. We would have a personal development Zoom or something. I just finished listening to, well, I haven't finished listening to it yet. I jumped on this Zoom and I was listening to an audio, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. It has over 1 million views on YouTube, and it's a book, but I love this, the guy who's kind of like transcribing the book. His name is Joseph Rodriguez, and he is awesome. So I'll put that in our team. I'll put that in our team page for you guys because it's so good. I'm halfway through it, and I wanted to kind of kick off today, kind of talking about that a little bit. I'm really excited about this Zoom today. I don't want to keep you guys all morning because I know we have our opportunity Zoom at 11 o'clock for our work from home for your potential. So that's super important to me that I don't overlap on what corporate's doing. Let's see, let's read these chats. Good morning. I've signed 4 loyal customers this month. So many more to follow up with Friday. I'm so proud of all the loyal customers I've helped this month. Hello, the sale I made last night gave me the volume I needed for Ruby. Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. Ruby is the foundation of the comp plan. That's huge. Getting up early every morning. Yes, you are, Ingus, because you are texting me every morning early, and I love it. If you don't know, Ingus and I talk every day, and if we don't talk every day, then there's a bigger problem. Getting more and more host to post out. Love that book. I upsold a PLC to a DT 90 BV. Woohoo, Taryn. Completed my influencer application. Great job. Yes, yes, yes. I had a goal April 1st to sign 30 loyal customers. I've signed 8 so far, 22 to go. Well, I know you'll do it. That's awesome. I'm also proud of my personal development journal I just got the other day. Awesome. I signed a new loyal customer with TFX and Cleanse last night. I didn't even mention the deal until after I signed her, made it look like I was the surprise. Oh, that's good. I like that. I host to post getting up early to get my needed work done. Signed 5 loyal customers. Way to go, Sandy. And Sandy, you've been showing up and host to post. Like, I am so proud of you. You are really showing up. You did our new team training, which is awesome. You completed that. Sandy was like, you know what? I've learned more than when I started. And I love that feedback. Michelle has worked so hard for Ruby. Oh, Taryn, that's awesome. I have had 4 people pre-selling samples, and I'm contacting my team every day to set up their game plan. I love this stuff, guys. This is so good. This is so, so good. Oh, like lots of great energy. So I'm just going to kind of recap for a second why I wanted to listen to this audio and just kind of start out this Zoom today with a little bit of what I learned in this. And it just takes me back to the difference in, like, some people will look at you and say, oh, they're super disciplined. You know, has anyone ever said that to you? Or have you looked at someone and you're like, oh, they're so disciplined. Like, I don't know how they do it all. They're at the gym every day, or they have the best eating habits. People ask me all the time, like, how do you stay sugar-free? Like, how do you stay so healthy? And it's like, I don't know any different now. Like, if I eat sugar, my heart races. I can't. Like, I just have been sugar-free for so long. So it's like a question that people have. And a lot of times in business, they'll look at you or look at your life, or you will look at somebody who's super successful and say, how do they get it all done? And it's really just, it's not so much discipline as much as it is taking massive action on a consistent level and building up. It's actually what it does is it builds up your subconscious mind. Okay, so your conscious mind is like what we like kind of control on an everyday basis. Like I wrote a quote on Facebook today, and it said that, one second, let me read this to you. Okay, you post, keep your conscious mind busy with the expectations of the best, And what that will do is that will put it in your subconscious mind, so then it becomes more of a habitual expectation that you only want to bring in things that feel good to you. And in this time and energy and space that we're in right now, you guys, where the world, there's a little bit of uncertainty, let's face it, there's uncertainty in the world where people are stressed out. There's a lot, your normal habits and normal plans and your normal cycles of your day have been just kind of, messed up by all of this. And so we want to make sure that we're filling our mind with things that feel good to us, but we also want to build healthy habits so that we seek the benefit of that. And I think about someone like my mom. I wish all of you could, I wish there was like a camera in her house, because I go to her house and work all the time. I wish there was like a camera in her house, and you guys should see the habitual patterns that she has as a successful entrepreneur. I wish that you could see the day-to-day activities that she does to be where she is in life today. As an owner of our company, with all the income she's earned, the lifestyle that she's created for herself. But when you watch her, you see that she doesn't miss a workout on Tuesday, Thursday. She doesn't miss a walk every single day of the week. And I was just watching a documentary about some very successful entrepreneurs, and they were like, it was almost like you knew what they were doing. If it was 10 o'clock, their entire staff would go, oh, Taryn, she's in a meeting. She's actually on a Zoom right now for her team. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Okay, now she's eating her breakfast. This is where she has her snack for the day. Or it's 3 o'clock. This is when she takes time for herself and spends time with her kids, and she'll be back in an hour. This is literally the programming of these people who are so uber successful. And some people might think that's so boring. But what that does, and to us, it's like, oh, that's such discipline. But no, those are habitual patterns that they have created where, and actually their body and their mind now expects it to be, literally expects it to be. And so I don't want you to think that this business is operative in any other way. Some of you are wondering, like, how can I be an ambassador diamond making multiple 5 figures a month? Well, you do that by showing up consistently on a daily basis. And this is where I had to come to the realization as a leader that if I don't show up and show my team what I'm actually doing on a regular basis, they're never going to get it. Because I'm over here being consistent, doing the same schedule, doing all the things, working out, eating healthy, feeding my mind, doing all those things. But if the team doesn't see that, how are they going to know? And so I had to make the decision to step up to show you guys, this is what I do on a daily basis. And so Taryn and I are going to come together today to really just teach you the simplicity of it all. Because I'm telling you what, I know that there are some businesses out there where it is so complicated what you have to do. And I think that that could be a crutch when it comes to this business, because actually what we do is so simple. And so, but we want to teach you the simplicity, but encourage you to know that it's going to take you guys showing up on a consistent basis, doing the do, getting out more than 2 or 3 hosts to post, and really showing up for your audience so that you can reap the benefits of what we call attraction marketing, so that people are literally knocking on your door to want to know what it is that you do and to join your team and all those things. So what I want to talk to you about now is we are in a place where we are teaching mostly 100% of when you enroll in this business, we're teaching you host to post now, where you are having someone on social media post a status for you or post a graphic like in their story and tagging you in it about our product or our opportunity. That's what we're having you do. And when I started working with Chris and Ashley, they were like, whoa, we've been a part of the industry for 6-7 years and we've never seen anything as simple as this host to post. Instead of literally like spamming people's inboxes and saying like, join my team, become a product tester, blah, blah, blah. We're cutting out that need by having people host for us to where they're already interested in what we do, to the point when we're actually in their inbox or they're in our inbox, we've pretty much already sold them. Like they want to buy at this point. And I have a perfect example of this is when I have people that host for me will say, oh my gosh, this post is blowing up. I had no idea. I had no idea that this could be so successful. Wow, these people really want to know what this product is. By the way, what is this product? I may want this product. And so it makes it a fun transaction versus feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to message 10 people today. Like the last thing I want to do is like ask my mom to be my customer. And it's like, you totally can, but we want to show you a fun way to do that. And so we teach host to post. So if you're not host to posting, you're missing out. And I just want, for those of you that are participating in host to post, you're seeing that success, maybe just drop in the chat some of your best host to post scripts. You're like, what are you using? What are you loving? What are you loving about host to post? How many customers are you signing from host to post? Let's really boost the team right now and show them the importance of host to post. So I had Taryn come on with me because Taryn is running right now. She's charting for Prez. She's got it in place. She's got a team behind her that is so supportive, and her leadership is so strong. And when Taryn and I really started connecting, Taryn, I'll never forget, you're like, I just got really consistent. I mean, I just made the decision of working host to post like a system, building a system through it, and everything in your business literally changed from that moment. So Taryn, if you could unmute yourself or bring yourself on for a second, and we're just going to kind of do this kind of interview style a little bit and just chat with the team. But can you just kind of briefly talk about how your business changed when you started implementing host to post?
Oh gosh, yeah, for sure. So, guys, when I got serious about host to post, my business went from like I was making okay money, okay, so I was a diamond, right? And I was making average, maybe a little less than average. Some months was a little above average, but it all came out to right around average diamond pay. But then when I got serious about host to post, that's when my business completely changed and took off. Host to post definitely took me, I sat at diamond for 2.5 years, you guys. And by implementing host to post, it took me, I think, 4 months from when I implemented host to post to go from diamond to double. So that's the power that you have in host to post. And then we worked so hard with host to post when I was going for triple, and I had my team doing host to post, and it took us probably, I would say probably 2 to 3 months of consistently doing host to post to take us from double to triple. It was a very fast jump from double to triple. And what you guys really, what needs to be understood with host to post, and so often I think we get impatient with it because it's like, well, I'm doing host to post, I'm having people do host to post for me, but it's just not really doing a whole lot, and we give up on it too quick. And the same concept that goes with our business when we're building our paycheck, your first paycheck is not nice, right? Like we all get the first paycheck and it's like, holy moly, I did all this work and there's $12 here. Like, but then the next month it's a little better. And then the month after that, it's even better. And by like 3 to 4 months in, you're really happy with that paycheck. And it's the same concept with host to post. Your first month might not be what you're expecting. You're going to hear someone like me talk. And in January, I signed 65 loyals from host to post. Okay. But that took consistently doing host to post over and over and over time, and it grew to that. My first month doing host to post, I didn't sign 65 loyals. I probably signed 10, but it was more than I had. And then the next month, it was more and more. So it's that compound effect or snowball. Like the more you do it and the more you are consistent with it, it will grow and build every single day. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to be signing double-digit customers like before you know it.
Yeah, I was, and this is what I want you guys to understand. These are huge stats. So when she says 4 months, she went from diamond to double, 2 to 3 months after that, double diamond to triple diamond. And then she signed 65 loyals in January. And that comes from that consistent action. I was just, someone in our ambassador chat posted their bonus increase or their check increase from our pay period. And it was astronomical. It was thousands and thousands of dollars more that they earned in their pay increase. And they said, you know what? This wasn't because I just showed up last month. They said it was because I showed up the month of last month, the month before that, the month before that, the month before back. And they dated it back to 6 months ago that they made the decision to start being insanely consistent with post to post. They weren't like, oh, I decided to have, you know, a Zoom every night with my team, or that. No, it was, I literally decided that I was going to do host to post consistently. And this was Ashley now, Ambassador Diamond. And she is just, her business has totally changed because of host to post. And so she's Amy Spence's accountability partner, who we have on all the time talking about host to post. So they're in the same boat. Okay. So oftentimes what I find, and Taryn, I don't know if it's a similar statistic for you, but typically out of like 10 host to posts that I have up, you know, I'll have like 2 or 3 that explode. It's not every single one of them that explodes. It's like every 2, or like there's 2 to 3 out of like 10 that I'm like, oh, I have like 50 to 75 to 100 plus comments on that post that keeps me really, really, really busy. And so what I want to encourage you guys to do is to keep going, okay? A lot of times what you'll do is you'll get to 2 or 3, maybe you have one successful one and you're like, okay, I'm gonna let this keep me busy for a minute. But instead, what we're encouraging you to do is like, it's like, okay, now is the time to get 10 more out. And then from those 10, get 10 more out, okay? Because that's really where you're gonna see the exchange from, like, okay, you might be making a couple $100s a month now, but this could be the difference in you being Ruby like now and Diamond potentially by the end of the month. There's a lot of massive change that can happen if you and your team are getting out. So let's think about it like this, okay? If you are getting 10 host to post at minimum out a day, that's 300 minimum, 300 that you're getting out in a matter of a month, okay? A matter of a month. Now, let's say you have 5 team members, okay? You have 5 distributors on your team. So let me do the math. I don't want to botch this. That's what? 300 times 5. That's 1,500 host to post out between your team plus your 300, okay? You have 5 distributors. You have 1,800 host to post out with your whole team, just you and your team of 5 people, okay? Let's say you have a team of 15 people and you multiply that. Do you see how massive this can be with you? And then out of the 2 to 3 out of the 10, they explode. And then this is where you have to be so diligent with this. And this is where you follow up. And so Taryn and I really wanted to come together today to talk to you about the follow up process. Now the host to post are out and you're like, I did my 10. That's not when you go like make a collagen and sit down. That's when you have to follow up and focus on the enrollments. And this is where you have to be like, okay, I did the thing. Like I was so scared of host to post. Now I'm like getting good at getting these posts up. But now is where you actually have to follow up. So Taryn, when you sit down with your list, you've got your host to post out, you've got the 2 to 3 that exploded, and now you're going to go in and start messaging. What does the process look like of that for you?
So I like to go, I like to save my host to post to a collection. So if you do that though, you guys, my tip is always still write them down. Don't rely on that collection because sometimes people will delete the post after the drawing is done, or I don't know. I don't know what their reasoning is. Sometimes though, you'll go in and you'll see that this post is no longer available. And if you didn't write down, not so much the person who posted it, but the people who commented on it, now you're possibly going to lose those people because if you have enough messages going on, it's really hard to find them in your inbox. So I start though with going to collections, just because sometimes you have those people who post for you who will post like 25 things in a day, and maybe they posted 3 days ago, and I don't have time to scroll through 75 posts to try and find my host to post. So when you save it to the collection, when you click on the post, it immediately takes you straight to that post on their page and you don't have to sort through. So I go to the post. and I go through each comment individually, and I click on the comment, and then I go to that person's profile and see if they accepted my friend request first off, because for me, I always want them to accept my friend request before I message them, because they're going to get the message. It's gonna be a lot easier for them to get the message. So if I see they've accepted the friend request, then I'll go into the messenger, like I'll click message, and then I'll see where did I leave off with them. Did they ask about the product and then not respond? Did I send my first message about, because for me personally, guys, I do Thermophyte X mainly for my host to post. And then I also do business opportunity and then some giveaway ones also. But if we're talking Thermophyte X, I'll go in and I'll look and see, like, did I just send the very first message that I sent about Thermophyte X? And if they read it and there's no response, it's, guys, don't, it didn't die there. They might have kids and their kid threw up and they had to go take care of the kid. Like, they might have, I know sometimes Ashton, her little fingers are so quick on my phone, she'll open messages and I don't even realize that she opened a message while I'm trying to do something on my phone. So, it could just be that they didn't realize that they opened the message. So if I see that that first message shows red, I just sent a message that says, hi, did you have any questions? And I can't tell you how many times that will open the conversation up, because sometimes they'll say, yeah, I did have a question, and then they'll ask it. Other times they say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you messaged me. So sorry. And then they'll ask their question from there. But that's the easiest way to open that conversation back up if they read that first message and don't respond. And that can go across the board. That can go for if you do a business post, a product post, it doesn't matter. So that's my first thing as I go through and I see where did the message leave off. Maybe I sent them information. They asked a couple questions. I sent them information. And we didn't get to pricing. So at that point, I'm going to ask again, do you have any other questions? Like, I'm just going to, hey, did you have any other questions, and see what they ask. If they say no, then if they just come back and say no, then I just say, okay, were you interested in trying it out? And then from there, if they say yes, then I'll send pricing. If they read the pricing and haven't responded, there's a couple different ways that I follow up with them. Sometimes I'll say, it depends. If it's a post that blew up and the post says, my friend Taryn is looking for 6 people to try this. If there's a number of people that I'm looking for and the post blew up, guys, they don't know how many people I signed off of it. So I tell them, I say, hey girl, I only have 1 discounted spot left. I'm just checking in. Did you want this last spot? And a lot of times that will prompt them. And sometimes, you guys, it's that they want it, they just don't have the money. So when you tell them that you have that 1 spot, they might come back and say, I do, but I don't get paid until next week. And so then I just say, okay, great. I can reserve your discounted spot for next Friday. I have you in my calendar. And then it makes your follow-up easy too, because when you go in next Friday to message them, she thinks I reserved my last discounted spot. So then I send a message. I say, hey girl, I still have that reserved spot for you. I'm so excited to get you started. When's a good time to get your info? And then generally, if they're not planning on purchasing, they won't ghost you. They'll let you know, because they're being courteous, because they think that you reserved that spot for them. Another thing that I might say, if I sent pricing and they didn't say anything back, I'll just say, hey, I'm placing orders today and I wanted to check in with you. Did you want to try TFX out? It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Just let them know that you're placing orders, or you let them know that, you only have a couple discounted spots left, or only have 1 discounted spot left. And then just ask. You guys always end with a question. If you end with a question, your odds of getting a response back are much greater than if you just were to say, hey, I'm placing orders today, wanted to check in. Like, if you do that, you're leaving them an open door to not respond. So I just go through, okay, and see where my messages left off with them. And I can tell you guys, I do host a post enough. I find that probably 10% of the comments will actually enroll like that first day that I have the conversations. Probably 40 to 50% of, well, no, not of comments, probably another 20% of comments will enroll with me following up that first time, asking if they have additional questions, letting them know I'm placing an order. A lot of the rest of them come from continuing to follow up. And I mean, you guys hear that. We tell you follow up, follow up, follow up. And the easiest way for me to follow up is that's just my process. I go to the collections and then I just go click on each post so that I can go through each comment individually. Because I'll tell you, there's times when I've my bad. They've said, yeah, I can order Friday. Maybe I didn't get it in my calendar for whatever reason. So by going through and checking the messages, I see like, oh my gosh, they were supposed to order yesterday, or they're supposed to order tomorrow, or today is the day they're supposed to order. And so like, just go follow up, you guys, because they may have told you that they can order and you forgot to write it down or put a reminder or whatever. And so there's probably a lot of sales I would have missed out on that were already set if I didn't do my follow-up. Sorry, Ashton has found her voice.
Found it. I love it. She'll be on these teaching them before you know it. I have one in the hot tub right now with our nanny and one sleeping. So that's how we're going right now. One's in the hot tub, one's sleeping. So I love this because follow-up is everything. Okay. And then the other aspect of this, Taryn, that we have to talk about today, that I know it's like how it's so key and so important, is, you guys, why would you not have anything on your feed for the people to see that are now exposed to you? Right? Like, why would you not have, if you've got all these new people potentially following you because you are a host to post king or queen now, why would you not have your feed flooded with all the good, awesome, feel good energy, great posts about the opportunity? I like to teach attraction marketing, lifestyle type posts. I know Taryn does too. Product, even a before and after thrown in there every once in a while, like you in your mirror holding your cup of coffee and you're drinking your skinny brew. Like, why would you not like have your feed flooded with this information? If you are brand new to this business and you've never done anything like this before, get the spam off your feed now. No one wants it. No one needs to read it. No one needs to hear it. Get the spammy stuff off. And that's what I mean by that is all the things that you're sharing from Lord knows where, that's not your content. Get that stuff off your feed. Because right now you want your feed flooded with stuff that's positive, that feels good, that represents who we are as a company. You are a business owner now. You own a business. You are an independent contractor. You need your feed flooded with stuff that is going to make people want what you have, where they literally drool over it and are knocking down your door, your virtual door, to know more about what you do. And so if you all can always look at mine as an example. If you need a source of inspiration, get on my feed, get on Taryn's feed. Like, we're very consistent. There's going to be stuff about me playing with my kids and how grateful I am for this opportunity. There's going to be a before and after. There's going to be me hold my skinny brew. There's going to be my story's going to be packed. You can always go to my Instagram and see I have always a story up somewhere, somehow, about something, product or opportunity related. You know, this morning it was me doing a boomerang in my bathroom, drinking my skinny brew and listening to my personal development. Like, there's always something. And so you're missing out a key point to this by not having good stuff on your feed. And there are way too many of us that have been in this business for a long time that can be a source of inspiration for you when you need an idea. You know, just like sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have an idea. Like, oh my gosh. And I'll go to like someone's page and I go, oh, okay, now I know what to post. I'm not copying it. It just sparked a source of inspiration for me to make a post on my feed. So Taryn, what are some of your like go-to types of posts that you, and especially what you're teaching, like your new people when they enroll, to put on their feed right away?
So I always remind my new people, like, it's fantastic to post about the business. I love posting about the business and the products, but your friends and family are your friends on Facebook are your friends because of who you were before the business. So don't stop sharing your life. If you used to post lots of pictures of your kids, post lots of pictures of your kids. If you don't have kids, but you're a dog mom and you used to post pictures of your dog all day, post pictures of your dog. If you are super into gardening and that was what you posted about, like, post about that. Whatever it was that whoever you were before the business, you just get to take that and become a better version of that person. And so you have to still be sharing your life. And you guys, I mean, Kay and I are speaking from experience. We have made the mistake of being spammy in the past and posting the things that you shouldn't post. And so we truly are just telling you this stuff to keep you from making the same mistakes we did. Because I can tell you, it's so funny. I'll tell my team, like, my Facebook memories, there are times when things pop up and I am like, I cannot believe I posted that. That is so embarrassing. Thank God nobody could see that but me. Like, that's so terrible. Or someone will comment on a post and I'll go to message them and I'm like, oh, that's a great message I sent back in 2015. That's so spammy. So don't, like, just take what we're giving you guys and use it, because we're trying to keep you from, I mean, all it did was set us back. It took longer to get to where we are because of the dang spammy stuff that we were posting. So we're trying to, like, cut that time out for you. So just post about your life, you guys, but you get to post about it and share how it works fits into it. You know, yes, I get to do this full time from home now, but it has not always been like this. If you guys don't know my story, when I started, I was working full time as a social worker and then part time waitressing nights and weekends. And I had just one child, then I had a son. But you know, I could post about that. I was so happy that I was able to take a night off from the restaurant and be with my son. So it was a picture of me and my son, but I could talk about, I was so grateful that because of it works, I had a little bit of extra income and I didn't have to work every night. And so I could have that night at home with him. You know, you can talk about the business, but still be posting what you would normally post or sharing pictures of your kids. And it doesn't always have to be all about it works. But the one thing I will say, especially if you're doing host to post, you guys, Facebook used to show you, I noticed they changed this feature, but it used to show you in Messenger, it used to show when someone viewed your story. And so your story, you guys, is if you are not utilizing your story, and I don't mean just utilizing it to post about the business or before and afters, if you're not utilizing it consistently every single day, all throughout the day, if you guys will hear so many people talk about your story is like a behind the scenes look into your life. You're allowing your friends and followers, whether you're doing Facebook or Instagram, you're allowing them to catch a glimpse of what your life is like behind the scenes. And so I can't tell you how many times when doing host to post, when we had the feature on Messenger, I would see sometimes before I had even messaged the person, they had already watched my story. But at some point before they enrolled with me, I would say 98% of the people watched my story. And I can tell you, this is why it's so key to be consistent in there. First off, it helped them to see that I'm a real person. I'm not someone across, you know, in some foreign country trying to scam them and take their information. They saw videos of me. They saw pictures of my kids, videos of us doing goofy stuff or whatever, but they got to see, you know, a little bit of who I am, who my family is, and they will feel more invested in you if they can see that. When they look at this and when they look at my story and they see, oh, she's a mom with 2 kids, looks like she likes her husband, like, you know, they can see kind of who you are as a person. It makes them want to purchase from you because you look like a nice person versus purchasing from somebody over here who they don't know. And then second, you guys, anybody who knows me knows that for like the last probably 2 years now, maybe a year and a half, I do a story almost every single day, a video on my story making my coffee. It used to just be keto coffee. Now I do a mixture skinny brew keto coffee. But I can tell you guys, so many people would talk about Thermofite X, but then they would ask, so what's this coffee that you made that I saw you making in your story? And it's so easy to upsell. It's doing the upsell for me. They already know they want TFX, but now because they see me making my coffee in my story and they hear me talking about the benefits, now they want to know about the coffee and they want to add the coffee on. And it's the same concept if you're putting it, you know, like Kay doing a picture with her coffee mug, listening to her personal development. If that's something that she posted on her profile, you know, like it's going to pop up in the newsfeed, I guarantee you if they're taking the time to watch your story, they're probably going to your profile and scrolling, not a bunch, but once or twice to see, okay, what's this girl all about? And so if it's not in your story, but it's on your newsfeed, again, they're going to ask about it. It's going to be so much easier to upsell your products if you show yourself using it. And it's going to be easier to have them purchase from you because they're going to see that it's okay. Well, it's not that she's just selling it. She's actually using it. She actually believes in it. And so just, you know, putting those, not only the posts about the products, but just about the business and about your life. Don't ever lose who you were before it works. Don't let it completely take over your whole newsfeed story. Like, share. You guys will notice mainly in my stories, it's mainly my kids and our day. And then there's like usually one business slide, one or two business slides, and then one or two product. And some days it's just one business slide, or, you know, one section of business or one section of product. I don't even do both sometimes in my story. So yeah.
That's so good. I was listening. I don't know if you guys follow Jasmine Star on Instagram, but I love her. And she's nothing to do with It Works, but she started her career helping photographers scale their businesses and learn how to sell basically themselves and their packages online. Since she discovered her talent of helping people really kind of capitalize on who they are on social media, she's broadened her reach, and she helps people just really kind of understand how to market themselves online in all forms of businesses. And so I was watching one of her Instagram lives or IGTVs, and she was saying, when you're trying to discover like what to post about yourself on social, and you might be brand new to your business, and a lot of you have new distributors, so this is a really good kind of easy task to do, is just write down 3 things that you want to be known for online. It could be 3 qualities, like you want to be known for being fun, you want to be known for being smart, and you want to be known for being healthy. You know, those are the 3 things you want to be known for. Great. Then those are the 3 things you post about consistently. You know, and so in the same way in this business, it's the same kind of copy that you write on your feed, and it's the same type of post that you put on social. And so that's a good way just to kind of go, okay, what do I want to be known for here? And then you post those things consistently. So just like if you look at, like I put in the chat, like I'm still the same person. Like I've obviously grown so much in 11 years, but I still, because I am super healthy and because I eat a certain way, and like my kids do too, like my audience knows that. They know to come to me for recipe ideas or healthy, clean eating. And so like it's you're not going to see like a big piece of massive like chocolate cake every day on my feed, but you're going to see like a sugar-free one, or you're going to see like a really healthy salad for lunch, and you're going to be like, wow, what is that? Or just because I made sausage gravy for Easter for everybody, it was made with chicken broth, right? It wasn't made with like all this extra stuff. So it's these little things that my audience knows to expect. And so you're going to build up that, just like going back to the beginning of this video and the Zoom today, it's like, what are they going to expect to see from you? And a lot of you are brand new. So what are those 3 things you want to be known for? And start posting consistently about that. And so again, I still post a lot of fun family photos, like Taryn said. It's like it doesn't always have an opportunity quote attached to it, but they can see that like I love my family and I love my kids, and we do a lot of fun things, and it's about bringing the joy and adventure to their life, and they can always expect to see that on my page. So another thing I wanted to just bring to the table really quickly, Taryn, and ask is when you're brand new in this business, a lot of people are so new and they're needing to broaden their audience right now. Like they might make a post on social, and it might be about our monthly giveaways, but maybe they don't get all the comments that like you and I might get hundreds, but they might get like 4. And we don't ever want that to be discouraging to you guys. We've been there. We have been there. So Taryn, what are some of your best tips on, like, let's talk about this a little bit, on broadening their reach that will also add to that daily activity that they need to be doing to build their audience up so they do attract that massive growth that we're hoping for everybody?
So there's a couple things that you guys can do. So sometimes on my posts where I'm trying to get people to comment to have them post for me, depending on how it's worded and you know what the giveaway is, I will say, like right now we're doing a bill pay one, and so it's kind of for like whatever bill they need. So I did it and I said, who needs $200 worth of diapers? And then I said, if you don't need them but know someone who does, tag them in the comments. And so now they're tagging people that I'm not friends with. And so then what I do is I go add that person as a friend, and then I send them a mess, or I reply to their comment. And just like we would on Host a Post, hey girl, I sent you a friend request. Once you accept it, I can message you with all the giveaway details. And then once they accept it, I'm going to send them the Host a Post. And now I'm getting into their network. So that's one way. If you're not getting the results that you want from your Host a Post, tell them. And I think that I might have said, if you need it, but I said something about tagging for extra entries also. So if they tagged a friend on the giveaway post, like they could enter by commenting, but then they could tag a friend as well to get extra entries. So that's a really easy way to bring people in. If you're not getting the results that you want from the Host a Post, it's okay to message people and ask them to post for you. My new DTs, the very first thing I have them do after they download Connect is they write a list of 5 to 10 people that they think would do anything for them. And then they message those people asking them to host a post for them. And guys, I will be very honest with you. I've only had one girl who had she had like 60% of the people say yes. And it was crazy. We had a lot of Host a Post go up for her. But for the most part, when you message that 5 to 10, you might get 3 or 4 people who say yes. But there's 3 to 4, and now you're going to expand your network out that way. Another great way is if you guys see like a funny picture, like a meme or something that you see, don't click the share button. Go to the picture, save the picture to your phone, or take a screenshot and crop it so that you can post it yourself. But then what happens is if it's something that's really good, your friends are going to tag their friends on it, or they're going to start sharing it. And then people are funny. If they see someone post something, like something being shared of someone's, they'll go friend that person that originally posted it. So that's a really good way to get your network grown as well. And then you guys, don't be afraid to send friend requests. Like it's okay to go send friend requests. And so the way that I like to send my friend requests is I like to find somebody. So let's say that if Kay was not in the business, and she's not attached to any other network marketing company, I'm like, okay, she has great quality pictures. She's a good person. Like, you guys all know, you get the person who's posting that I gotta get bail to get little Johnny out of it. And it's like, okay, that's not the kind of person you want to go add friends from. Okay. But it happens. With Host a Post, I'm always like, holy moly, where did this person come from? They had to have come from Host a Post. So, but Kay is like a good quality person. So that's somebody who I want to be friends with her friends. Like she probably has a really great friend base. So I would go to Kay's page and then click on her friends list. And then when you click on that, at the top, you'll see it says mutual, all, or suggested. And I always go to suggested, and then it lists all these people there. And if I have 2 or more friends, my rule used to be 2 or more in common. Now I don't even care. If Kay's my only friend in common, I send them a friend request. Because guys, the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to send you a message and say, hey, I saw I got a friend request from you. How do I know you? And if that's a message that you get, your upline will help you with exactly what to say. But it's very rare that happens. But that is the worst thing, or they'll decline the friend request. It's okay to send those friend requests out. But you have to be careful. Don't go send like 50 all at once, because Facebook will probably put you in Facebook jail. So just do like, Kay, I don't know what it is at this point. I know I used to do like 25 an hour. But I would say probably play it safe.
Stick to 25 or less in an hour.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Play it safe. Maybe do like 15 an hour. And if you just do that, think about it, you guys. If you do that, I'm gonna go with an easy number for easy math. If you did 10 an hour, and guys, when I'm on a day where I'm like, okay, I'm trying to grow my following on Instagram, or I'm trying to add friends on Facebook, I will set, like, if I were to go on right now and send 10 friend requests, I'd go set an alarm for an hour from when I sent those friend requests. And then after that alarm goes off, go send 10 more, and then set an alarm again for another hour. So if I did 10 at a time for 8 hours, which is not hard, you guys, it takes 20 seconds to go send 10 friend requests. If I were to do 10 at a time for 8 hours, that's 80 friend requests sent by the end of the day. Even if only like I said, I'm gonna go easy numbers. If half of them accepted, that's 40 new friends at the end of the day. And that, oh, our power just went out. It's okay. It was expected. But I lost my ring light. But that is, that's a great way to grow your network, you guys. Such a good way to grow your network, because but then that's why you want to have all that good stuff on your newsfeed and in your stories, because if you send those friend requests out, what do I do when I get a friend request from someone I don't know? I go to their profile and I kind of scroll through their profile. If they have a story, I watch their story to see, is this someone I want to be friends with? So it all circles back. Like it all goes hand in hand. Your good posts will help you get friends. Getting friends will help you get more host to posts. Getting your host to post out, you need good posts and good stuff in your story. Like it all just goes together. But that's kind of my key ways of growing. And guys, just because some of our posts get hundreds of comments, I've had some that I've put up recently and it's like, oh, 15 people commented and they've all already posted for me. That's okay. You just delete it and post another one. Like there's no, it's totally fine. Totally normal. It happens to all of us.
Exactly. You know what, I've seen that too. And I think for me, the couple ways that have always helped me really grow my network more than anything is I'm super engaging in groups on Facebook, and every one of us has different things that we're interested in that are important to us. It could be that you know, it's healthy food recipes, you know, believe it or not, there's 1,000,001 different groups if you have children for healthy dinner ideas for your kids, picky eater groups, moms groups, DIY stuff if that's your thing, exercising, you know, there's a group for everything now. And so if you're in those groups, because again, you wrote down your the 3 things that you want to be known for, and you're on Facebook and you're adding yourself to groups, add yourself to a couple of groups that are in those categories, because if for whatever you're posting about and how you're showing up on your feed, the people that you're adding on Facebook from those groups are going to be interested in what you're posting about too. And so you might as well, I think, again, that's another way that Taryn was saying, for everything to go full circle, these are really simple tips for you to grow your network. And so I've always found that to work for me, where I'll even have women say, like, I love everything you post. You're just such a positive light in this trying time. Like, I know I can always go to your post and get a positive message. And if that's what you're known for, then be known for that. And so that's because I'm also that way in those groups. I'm very encouraging, I'm very engaging, and I'm very supportive. And I'm not mom shaming, right? I'm just an encouraging light in those groups. And so how do you want to be known for? And so go and get involved in some of those groups so that you can broaden your network and expand your network. For those of you that say like you've been in Facebook jail, like let's talk about this. If you're doing too much activity at one time, Laura and I can see her on, we were just talking about this. She was like, I sent too many messages at once. I'm like, me too. I sent too many messages at once. And then Facebook wouldn't let me message for 12 hours. And so that's where, you know, like you need to like bounce back and forth, because the last thing you want is Facebook allowing that to happen, because there are real spammers out there. So they're protecting us. But at the same time, you just need to bounce back and forth. So if you send out a few messages, what I do after I send out a few messages is I'll go and friend request a few people. I'll switch over to Instagram and I'll go engage there for 10 to 15 minutes. I'll go make lunch. Like I'll just literally take a break and then come back into it again. So yes, that's why you want to make sure you grow your Instagram as well. And so I'll just briefly talk about this. I'm actually going to do a totally different separate training as requested on our last Zoom on growing your host to post on Instagram. But that is one area that I also love to put up stories and have people put up stories for me. So just like Taryn said, if someone has, you can go to someone's feed and see they have, you know, 10,000 or more followers, 5,000 or more followers. They have a large network, but also like what matters is their engagement. If you look at their comments and you see that they have like their posts and they have a lot of engagement on their post and they have like people commenting, like you want to tap root into those people's network too. And so if you like the way that they share stories on social, don't hesitate to say, hey, I'm, you know, just wanted to send you a quick message. I'm expanding my network. And I love everything about your feed. Like your feed inspires me. would you be willing to put a story up for me about my product or business for a drawing into $200 cash this Sunday night? Like if you send that to 10, 15, 20, 25 people, you're going to get a few people that are like, yeah, I'll do that for you. No big deal. And then they put the post up and then they tag you in it in the story. And so that's going to pull more followers over to your feed. And that's going to also increase your engagement. So if I like the way that someone is posting, I think that they have good engagement on their feed, then I'm going to have them post stories for me. I typically don't have someone post a static post in their feed unless they just want to, by all means, post a static post. But most of the time people want their stories because their static posts are left for their feed and how the look of their feed. And so Instagram is such a powerful way for you to grow and broaden your network because there are so many people using Instagram today, and Instagram stories are where it's at. And Jasmine was also talking about that as well. It's just like Instagram stories are like the bread and butter of Instagram. So if you can tap into someone's story base and they have thousands of people that view their stories, like you are going to have a lot of people following you. And so that goes back to that original conversation of what content is on your feed and what content is in your stories. Because if it's not consistent, they're going to unfollow you. They're not going to follow you. They're going to be out and beyond, going on to something else, because you have, like on Instagram, a few seconds to grab someone's attention. But host to post can be magical for you if you choose to go that route on Instagram and really build your network on there too. So this is where if you're consistent and you've got some great stories up and you've got some polls, you're going to start to see, like in the beginning, you might have a few responses on your polls. But those of you that have been consistent, you're nodding your head right now going, yep, I had a few responses. Then I showed up consistently. I started doing host to post. And then all of a sudden, my story poll responses were like, boom, 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 boom. And then because they've chosen a response, that's when you go in and say, hey, Jeannie, I'm so excited that you're interested in my fat burning coffee. Like, girl, I've got a few spots left. Do you want some information? And she's like, yeah, I want some information. And that's when I go, okay, I'm going to send you a quick voice message. Would you mind sharing your cell with me? And I will literally get their cell phone number. I will pull them over to my phone and I will send them a voice clip about how excited I am about this fat burning coffee. You can use a script all day long, but I'm a voice memo girl. And it is so quick to close these leads, potential customers and distributors. It's so fast. And so I think when they make that connection with you, because you seem so unreachable, especially on Instagram, because your feed is so pretty and then you're in your story, sometimes people don't feel like you're really there. And then when they know that you're a real person with a real phone number and you're willing to talk, they're like, sign me up. I want to be a part of your network. And so then the last quick thing I'll share with you about Instagram, ask them to post when they get their product and tag you. Because everybody on Instagram wants to be some sort of influencer. So just like when I like a product, I post about it on my Instagram. I got my new Sam Edelman kicks. You better believe I'm going to be putting a story up about that and tagging Sam Edelman. Ask them to post for you. Say, Laura, I'm so excited for you. Your product's coming. When you grab it in the mail, would you please just do like a quick shout out for me and just how excited you are? Would you open that box and just do a quick shout out and a tag for me when you get your product? I would love it if you would do that for me. And if you will, I will actually throw you into a drawing for our next giveaway that we're doing. We're giving away another $200. So when you get your product, post a story up for me and tag me and I'll throw you in our next giveaway. Well, that is just another boom. If she's already done a host to post for you and now she's buying the product from you, that is just another, like, her audience is going to see that again and go, okay, what is this stuff she keeps posting about? And that's when you might go, Laura, girl, you keep sharing about these products. Your audience obviously already loves it. Like, are you interested at all in making extra income from your phone? Like, do you need extra income right now? And Laura might be like, well, actually I am. So I'm going to give you this little quote. This is a script that you can send out. And Rochelle Coakley is in a mastermind with me, a local mastermind. I just sent it. Oh, 1 second. Okay. She is in a mastermind with me and she sends this to, okay. when someone enters the giveaway, she sends this. If someone could like type this up, or someone, I think Laura, you and Angus both have this. She'll say, okay, you're entered. And then she'll put like a heart. And then she'll say, are you by chance looking to make extra income right now? To whoever put up the post for them, she'll say, okay, you're entered, put a little heart, whatever emoji you want. Are you by chance looking to make an extra income right now? She's not asking, do you need to make extra income? You could, but she's asking, are you looking to make extra income right now? Great question for right now, okay? Especially right now. I think it would work regardless. But everyone that I've sent that to already, since I've been trying this, since then has been like, well, actually, I am. Well, now that you asked me, like, yeah. So this could be another whole level of follow-up for you with people who are potential distributors that you don't even know are right now that put up posts for you. So I would just try it and see what happens, because I think it's another like way to just follow up with a great question. Taryn talked about always ending with a question. So here's another question you can ask at the very close of getting those host to posts out. And then now you have, oh, Laura says, I have 3 calls set up from that verbiage, Kay. I love it. That's huge. So Laura, could you unmute for like 2 seconds? Because Laura is like, if Laura does anything, like I admire so much about her work ethic, because she literally is right there working, doing these host to posts on an everyday basis. But Laura, you're always pulling people over to the phone and doing opportunity calls. Right before the Zoom, you were like, I'm going to be a few minutes late because I'm talking to a potential distributor. Some people would consider that old school. Some people would be like, you do what? You just make a phone call? Like, who talks on the phone anymore? It makes the connection.
It makes the connection. And you know, and the thing is I think they really hear, because I voice message this to them, and I'll just be honest. And I say, hey, listen, I would love to jump on the phone. I said, for me, it's just more personable. And I said, honestly, it gives you the opportunity to pick my brain, and your questions are the most important thing right now. And it really opens up the door, and it gives them a sense of comfort. And, you know, another thing behind that is, do I really want to do business with somebody who's not willing to get on the phone with me? You know, I mean, I don't. I really don't, because I think so much communication gets lost when you're not on the phone. And I get to decide if I really want them, you know, while they're deciding whether they want me, you know, I get to decide the same thing. So I just think that sometimes through social, we're attracting these people, but I think there comes a time where we just need to slow down long enough and just chat with them a little bit and really find out who these people are. And I think it takes away from the frustration of, oh my gosh, I signed that girl up and she's not doing anything. I mean, it's not always a right science here, but I think it gives you one step up in trying to figure that out. You know, I think they're less likely to go into the witness protection program too easy than if you had a conversation with them, you know, and they know you're real and you know you're sincere and you're here to help if they want the help.
Yeah. And are you finding that most people are like, yeah, let's do it? Probably.
Oh my God, the minute I asked the question, yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah. And listen, guys, it doesn't matter if your kids are screaming in the background.
No.
It doesn't matter. Laura is a grandmother. For the last couple weeks, she had her grandson in her apartment, and he was there, and she was on Zooms, and I could hear him screaming in the background. She did an opportunity Zoom with me. Like, she knows. She's raised 3 kids. She worked during that time. She knows, like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they're screaming in the background. It doesn't matter if they're hungry. The person on the other end of the phone is likely to go, gosh, this is nice. I can build a business and still be a mom. That's
Right.
the deal.
Well, and a lot of times they come back and they say, hey, you know, I've got my kids. And I go, girl, everyone's got kids. You know, this is a family business. They're not going to bother us. That's why we're doing it, is for them. And they like to hear that. Like, it just comes across different through voice than it does a text or a messenger. You know, I just like it. It's just, it is old school, and I'm a paper person too, you know, so.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome. 3 opportunity calls just from doing that script. So let's try it out this week, you guys. Let's shift. Let's change the graph. Let's do big things. Let's focus on the thing that I want you to know. And this is why we came to the table today, is just to show you that it's not just about getting up a day's worth of post to post. It's if you really want to know what we're doing behind the scenes and what we're doing on a consistent basis and how we're working our business, it's doing everything that we said here today. We're taking the time to script out a great post to put on social. We're thinking about talking to that one person that's on the other end of the screen that's watching us. It's like, I want my life to change. You know, if you need any advice on who to talk to on that post, talk to who you were before you joined. Talk to that person. Talk to who you were before you said yes to this, because she or he is watching going, I need this, and you are the vehicle for them. So if that helps you, great. So you're posting, you're adding new people to your network, you're engaging with those people on your network, you're doing host to post consistently. Host to post is going to change your business. It is a simple, simple, simple platform for you to broaden your reach. It literally does the work for you, and you are tapping into massive networks. And so we want you to know that this is what we want you doing, because we know it's successful. It's not because we there's no other secret. There's nothing else to it. This is what we know works. And so we've learned the things that don't, we've gone down that path, and this is what is just so special and simple for you. So Karen says she's going to add one thing.
Sorry, I forgot. This is one thing, you guys, that really, really works. When you have someone order from host to post, once the order is in, ask them to host for you. They are so excited. And I just send a message, you know, okay, thanks so much for your order. Here's the confirmation. And then I say, just so you know, we're doing a giveaway this month, this week, whatever the giveaway is for blank. I can give you a free entry if you'd be willing to throw a post up on your wall for me. And you guys, they almost always say yes. They feel like it's a win because they just got this great discount on this awesome product. And now you're offering to give them an entry to win some free money too. But then why this works so well in your favor is because they're very excited about their product that they just ordered. And as their friends are commenting on the post, a lot of times they'll ask, have you used this product before? They'll ask like the poster, you know, have you used this? And they say, no, but I just placed my order. You should do it and we should do it together. And I had one time where like 5 people ordered off of it because like the lady's friend commented and said, and you know, she told her, oh, you should order and we should do it together. And then one of their mutual friends commented. And then all of a sudden it was this group of 5 ladies who were all using it together, all holding each other accountable. And so it's just a really great way to get additional orders very quickly because the person that just purchased is so excited and they're telling all their friends to do it with them. So I forgot that that's a really great way. And then you grow your network even more.
So good. So good. All of these tips were awesome. Thank you guys so much. I will get this recording up on YouTube for you so that you can share it with your team that were not able to be on today. And just be on the lookout for these every Wednesday at 11 a.m. That's the focus, is to bring you guys good new content every single week to help you grow your business. So thank you guys so much. See you next time. Thank you, Taryn.